Our next speaker is Bryan de Flores, and there's rather a lengthy paragraph that he told me I could truncate if I wanted to. So I've been looking for a way to do it, and I don't find it easy to do. So I'm going to read this as an introduction. Art is said to be the soul's attempt to express the mysteries of life, awakening us to the eternal reality beyond our circumscribed world. It is an agent of change for the artist and for those who are touched by his work. On December 4th, 1996, Bryan de Flores experienced a dramatic shift in consciousness, resulting in a change of lifestyle, work, and location. His destiny and spiritual purpose was revealed, and artistic talents from previous interplanetary incarnations were activated. He was guided to move from Southern California to Sedona, Arizona to begin his life's work, illustrating images from the divine blueprint. These extraordinary multidimensional images are accelerators to prepare humanity for the prophesied shift into a seventh golden age, the age of Aquarius. His beautiful drawings contain ancient and interplanetary scripts and symbols which are universal and personal keys to forgotten memories and advanced knowledge. Bryan has created thousands of these transformational templates whose content and style continue to evolve as his consciousness expands. He has become what his art evokes. His expressed commitment is to dissolve limitations and to awaken and inspire those souls who are to be a body of teaching based on ancient mystery school practices for the evolution of the soul and the physical manifestation of Christ consciousness. He states, our planet and all who inhabit it are destined to ascend into the fifth dimension of time and space and create a seventh golden age as our global reality. So with that, we'll see what this all means when he gets up here. So if you'll come forward, Bryan, come forward. Welcome him.
I'll speak out of this one, and then I'll be using the other one for the presentation. I'm always a little bit nervous when I get up to speak. I always feel like I'm going to throw up, but I guess that keeps me humble. That's okay. Yeah, and you're right in front of me, too. So I always wanted to meet Alex Collier, so I just want to say hi, Alex, wherever you are out there, if you're still out there. It's been quite a journey for me. On December 4th of 1996, I had quite an experience, which I'll talk about extensively tonight. It's pretty entertaining, isn't it, folks? Yeah. It's an interesting story. I was driving a truck, a 57-foot tractor trailer, for about 9.5 years. Can you hear me? Okay. For about 9.5 years. And all of a sudden in the truck, I had an experience, and everything turned to Egypt, and I saw about 27 to 37 past lives that I had had in Egypt. And the next day, I quit my job after 9.5 years, and I became an interdimensional artist, I guess. I am contacted right now daily and even hourly sometimes by about 22 different races of extraterrestrial masters from the fifth and sixth dimensional frequencies, and also the angelic guardians, the seraphim, and the seven mighty Elohim, which are definitely here today, arced over the building, taking care of us and watching over us. Again, I will go into my story a little bit more extensively tonight. I have a workshop, and I'll be talking about that at the end. This is going to be a little bit different for you. Again, I am an interdimensional artist right now. The images you will see up here were all created in about 4 minutes. The originals are 19 by 25, and I sit down on the floor with a drawing board, or sometimes a cutting board from the kitchen that we just sliced ham on the night before. And I just sit down in my bedroom and bring a white light pillar down over me, and I have about 7 pencils in this hand and 2 metallic markers in this hand, and I close my eyes and I'm just drawing really quick. I'm actually channeling these images from the divine blueprint. It's quite a magical process. I brought in about 2,500 of these images, not including the personal images that I've done for people in the last 5 years. Butterflies are going away now. That's good. So everybody take a deep breath. It's important to breathe. So these images will trigger you on every level. Some of them will trigger happiness, and others will trigger things that will help you evolve in your consciousness. These are consciousness accelerators is what I call them, and each one does a certain thing. Some of them open the third eye, others clear the solar plexus, and some just bring joy into the body and open the heart. So you're going to see quite a few of them today, so prepare yourselves. It's very important to breathe during this process, absolutely. Breathe and drink some water and just have fun. This is, it's interesting, the presentation before me was talking about the halls of Amenti and the Ark of the Covenant, and what we're going to do is actually take you into the Akashic Records, into the halls of Amenti, to the Ark of the Covenant, and uncover your secrets, the mysteries of your life, and start to expand. So I was here, I come to Denver a lot lately, I guess. There's just a lot of the galactic energy here, and it's very supportive of what I do. And so I say, well, I'm not going to be here for another 2 years or 3 years, and then I get all these emails back in California, drawing me back here. So I guess there's a great reception for my work, and I thank everybody for supporting me here. It came about 3 years ago, and I was in Lakewood. It was a fairly chaotic presentation. I was very disorganized, and I was just hyper all the time. And I used to just kind of drop energy bombs, showing people like 100 different images, which I've kind of scaled down because that's a little bit too much. It triggers you a little intensely, and it was a pretty interesting presentation because there was a lot of chaos, and a lot of people were just like all over the place and grabbing all the pictures on the tables. And I heard this woman call out, "Do you have number 85? Where is number 85? And I said, "We're out of number 85. And here comes this little woman out of the crowd. She totally blew me away. And she was wearing this nuclear receptor, if anybody's familiar with Fred Bell's work. And it's a very powerful pendant, and she came like right at me. And I was running enough energy as it was, and so I kind of backed up, and we've been good friends ever since. And so I would like to introduce a friend of mine. I call her the secret weapon because she's absolutely pivotal to what I'm doing. And she's actually, one of her past lives was a hitman in which she was paid to hit people, but she never did it. She would always go to the person and say, I'm supposed to kill you, but I'll give you 20 hours to escape before I come after you. So she always took the money but never killed anyone. So she's been a pretty good soul. She was also like a little pirate with a little club foot and a bad knee, and really bad hygiene. But in this life, she's been a nun, she's been a mother superior, and so I will give the floor over to her because she does some phenomenal work with me. Her guidance is absolutely impeccable when I need it. So without further ado, I will introduce my partner in crime, Kiara.
Thank you, Bryan. Isn't he incredible? When you hear his story and find out how he changed in what I call a twinkling of an eye, I look at this and I realize how wonderful it is to know that it doesn't take forever to bring about a change. And his whole life has just been miraculously changed. My story is very different from his. By the way, that the story of the hitman, that's my favorite one. I particularly like the fact that I did get the money, but that I didn't kill the man. I'm so involved with working with Bryan because he is bringing in the golden age. So he is from the future here to help us, to assist us, to walk through this path, and to go on to the place where the presentation that many of you just heard, where we are lifting our vibrations and our consciousness to the 3.5 level. But in regard to the change of his life, when you look at it and realize that this can happen, I think it gives us a great deal of hope, instead of thinking that it is impossible to achieve that which we have come here to do. Because everyone who's on the planet at this time is here for a reason. And each one of us has a very definite and close connection with the planet, with the earth. And it is an honor, I believe, for each of us to live this out and to do what we can to change ourselves, so that in changing ourselves, we will change everyone who's around us. My story is so different from Bryan. I will elaborate more on this in the workshop this evening. But when I graduated from college, I moved to Bisbee, Arizona, which is a very small mining town. And a friend of mine who had gone to college with me was there. There really wasn't a great deal to do to entertain us. And so we spent our Saturday evenings playing poker and drinking White Ladies. I don't know if you've ever heard of White Lady. I don't know if they even exist today, but it was a combination of drinks at that time. One evening when we were playing, and it was very late, we both agreed that what we would do, whoever lost would have to do what the other person told them to do. And of course I expected to win. It never occurred to me that I wouldn't. And it happened that I did lose the game. And so it was 3 a.m. in the morning. My friend, who was a Catholic, had been a Catholic all of her life. And so she thought, what could she do that would challenge me the very most of all? And she decided that it would be to ask me to go to the morning mass, which was like 6 a.m., which was just a couple of hours away. And so when she told me that, the first thing I thought of was, like the hitman, coming out so that I would be a winner on both ends of the deal. I said to her, fine. And so that morning I went to her apartment and awakened her and told her she was going to accompany me. There was a little while before our friendship went back to normal again. But while I was at the Mass, I had never been in a Catholic church in my life. And I actually had a mystical experience, which later caused me, as Bryan, in the twinkling of an eye, a change that takes place so quickly. I decided I would enter the monastery. But before I could do that, I had to become a Catholic. And so I went through this process and actually entered the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet and spent 20 years of my life. And so you can see how one decision, and I imagine each one of you right now can look back at your own life and find one decision that changed your whole direction. And sometimes it's a very short time. My years there were actually, they were very profitable for me because I had many experiences. As Bryan said, I was a principal for 14 years and I was a superior for 7 of those years. I received my master's at Mount St. Mary's College during this time, and I studied canon law. And then at that point, I decided, well, it's time for me to move on. And that's when I moved to Crestone, where I am now very much involved in the healing process of healing myself, assisting others, and working with the planet. And so I've created a 12-sided home where my yard is filled with places of meditation. And if you ever come to Crestone, I invite you to come. There's a labyrinth, a medicine wheel, an I am presence, and many other ways to meditate. And so I invite each of you, if you are ever come there, to come to my place, which is I Am Harmony. So right now, what I would like to do, the most important part of this is Bryan's work that he's going to lead you into a multidimensional, incredible journey. So I'm going to ask if each of you, if you would be sitting so that your feet are flat on the floor. This will just take a few moments. And the lights are dimmed. Thank you. I'd like to ask you, in order to make sure that your right and left brain are centered, if just for one moment, you will hold your head so that it's straight, so that you don't close off your throat chakra, but just looking straight ahead. Lift your eyes for just one moment and then allow them to move inward. And actually, this will balance your right and left brain. There's a big crowd here, and I know all of you are in a very high vibratory state at this time. So if you'll just look up, cross your eyes, and then perfect. Now, if you will look down, and if you will close your eyes, please. And I would like to ask you if you would allow your 2 thumbs and your fingers to touch, just as a sealing of what this very short introduction that I'm going to give you. Now, with your eyes closed, your thumbs are touching and your fingers are touching. This is going to seal in, which really does do that. It's like locking a door, closing the door completely. Now, if you'll become aware of a golden sun that is above your head, I would like for you to become 100% present, which means release any thoughts, feelings, situations anyone, anything that is taking you from this room at this moment. Become totally present to this moment. And as you're doing this, you are releasing any cording or any distraction that is taking you from here. It is very important for you to be present. And now, if you will just become aware of a golden sun that is above your head and bring in this golden light and allow this to come into your crown chakra, bathing your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, just completely bathing this with golden light, golden white light. Now allow this to come down your throat, into your arms and your shoulders. Bring this back now to your heart and feel an incredible expansion. Feel your aura as it reaches out and expands, completely embracing all. Now bring this energy on down your legs and into the earth, and bring up from the earth star, bring up from into your feet and into your legs, bring up the nurturing, loving energy to your heart. Now once again, feel your heart expand. You are now open entirely and ready for a multi-dimensional journey with Bryan.
Okay. Everybody take a deep breath out. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Okay, that's much better. All right. Take a deep breath. And if somebody could turn on the projector for me. And just anyone over there by the projector. We'll have a little bit of music, so we want to breathe deeply. You're going to actually be taken into the halls of Amenti and access your own personal Akashic record. The more focus, the more energy you have present, the more you will experience. Okay, if we could have the lights, please. Projector on. Okay, just breathe deeply. Now we're going to be taking you into the pyramid. Okay, again, breathe deeply. Allow your consciousness to become multidimensional. If you can't see through me or through the podium, you may want to move. Really want to receive this. Remember Egypt in all of its splendor, Atlantis, all of the greatness of Egypt, all of the high technology, the mastery, the wisdom. You have all lived lives in Egypt. Return there now. 4,500 years ago. Connecting into the pyramid now, moving through the white light spot and moving into the pyramid. All of us are now moving into the pyramid. We're lifting our consciousness now to the fourth dimensional level. Your body is becoming clear and free. And as you walk along the hallways, you run your hands along the hieroglyphics on the sides of the hallway, and white light appears out of nowhere, it surrounds you. And you come upon the Ark of the Covenant at the bottom of the hallway, a very powerful angelic transmitter and receiver. This is actually what this physical body is. A mirror of the Ark of the Covenant. It is a transmitter and receiver for God's energy. opening your heart chakra, placing this jewel in your heart chakra and opening the heart, breathing deeply. You're now heightening your awareness even more. We're going up to the 3rd octave of the 4th dimension. Embodying the eternal love for yourself. Everyone here is unique. Everyone has a different job description here, a purpose. You all have spirit guides and angels that guide you all through your life. You are never alone, and you are absolutely loved by God. Absolutely, in every moment. We are never alone here. And opening the throat chakra also with the blue light of Archangel Michael. Breathing deeply, we go even higher in our consciousness, lifting higher. We enter what is called spherical time, which is basically a 72-hour day right now. Before 1972, we were on a 24-hour day. We actually had 24 hours. Right now, because we are in a time acceleration, we have about 3.5 hours a day. And many of you can notice this by, something's going on with the projector, but that's all right, stay with me. 3.5 hour day means that when you wake up and you start doing something and then all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock and you didn't get anything done, you're on a linear time frame. You want to shift your consciousness now permanently to a 72-hour day. And you can do this through this grid. And breathe this energy in, bring it into your heart chakra. Now putting you on a 72-hour day. And now going up to the 5th octave of the 4th dimension, we're lifting your consciousness higher. Expanding your mind. Being receptive to new forms of consciousness, new information, and being able to perceive now all of the beings and energies that are working here with us to help us for our highest good. And breathe deeply. Expanding the mind. And ahead of you, you see a flame which is leading you into the halls of Amenti. Deep into the earth, the multidimensional levels of earth. And this flame is your original spark. Every one of us hold this spark. It is the immaculate flame of God. It burns in all of our hearts. And you're returning to that original innocence. You now are returned to your birth in this life, and you begin to remember your mission and your destiny, your purpose for being here. Welcome to Earth, everyone. It's a difficult skull to be in. There's a lot of experiences here that are interesting. And as you begin to remember, you start to clear your cellular memory in your body of any negativity, any pain and suffering, poverty, stress, sadness, and you return your body now energetically to its original state, which is peace. Moving higher into the 4th dimensional frequency, you tune into your original seed, the original perfect seed within you that is indestructible, the power of God that is within you to transform not only yourself but the entire planet. Breathe deeply, and we're going to move up another octave. So we're going to do an ah. The sound will actually move your body up. Okay? Ah. Being very clear now. You're becoming very clear. Your vessel, your vehicle, your body is clear now. You now encounter a guide, a spirit being. Each one of you will probably have a different one, guiding you further into the halls of Amenti, where the records of immortality are kept, the emerald tablets, and the energy, the primal energy of God, now leading you down. You are the eagles here, flying higher in consciousness than many on the planet, but they will follow. There is what is called an ascension happening here. This planet is turning into a star. In 10 years, all of the big stargates open on this planet, and this planet shifts from the third dimensional frequency into the fifth dimensional frequency. We are transforming this water-based body into an air-based body or a light body. That's why there's so many aches and pains right now. But it's okay, because we are moving into the seventh golden age that this planet has had in the last 52,000 years, where there will be peace on earth for over 1,000 years. For most of you, this is your last lifetime here. Do it right. Take care of any unfinished business. This is actually a blueprint, a geometric blueprint for a 10-story high solid white opal palace that is going to just manifest on this planet. Many blueprints will be built in the golden age, and many will just manifest themselves. This will actually exist in Denver at one point. This structure, there's water all around it. Between Denver and Boulder, it'll be about 1 mile long. New cities, new temples, and as they come in, a lot of the old structures that are no longer resonant with the planet and that will cause an imbalance in the fifth dimension will just fade away, very much like the structures of Atlantis. That's why there are no remnants of Atlantis on this planet. And the new Earth blueprint that's coming in to actually change this planet into a star, you'll see the old one leaving out the bottom. The old patriarchal energy that has run this planet for the last 2,000 years. And the new one coming in through the top. It's a new circuit for Earth that is going to change the Merkaba of this planet. It's already happening. And move it into the fifth dimensional frequency where it becomes a star. Really key into this. A lot of people who do Earth work key into this one. This will help you understand that Earth can heal itself. There's a lot of people desperate to heal the planet, but we need to understand that the planet can heal itself also. And breathe deeply now. You're free of limitations. You're moving higher in consciousness and deeper into the earth. You're becoming free of all limitations and all of the lies that you have been told. There is much more going on this planet than we have been told by our parents and our teachers, and we are now just learning the truth of the history of Earth. And we now come upon one of the new systems that is being delivered to the planet, the new financial system. Everyone has a universal fifth dimensional bank account that we can access. There should be no poverty consciousness 2 years from now within the 144,000 spiritual warriors that we are to transform the planet. Connecting in through this grid to your fifth dimensional bank account. See it above your head. It is an accumulation of all of the energy and all of the service that you have ever done in God's name on this planet. It is zillions of dollars. Every soul has one. Now begin to bring it in through your crown and allow it to move through your heart chakra. And you're opening. You're becoming very open and free and unlimited. And although there is some control on the planet, you're not a part of it, and you're not going to buy into it. You are free of limitation. This is your birthright, and you're claiming it. And this helps to heal your body. New healing systems that are coming to the planet. Breathe this one into your heart. All of the different frequencies and all the different spectrums of color that help and guide you into a body that is free of disease and ageless. You are now stopping the aging process in this room right now. You're turning back the clock. Every one of you will appear to be between 27 and 30 years old in the next 8 years. And you will attain all of your Akashic wisdom that you have gathered through your many lives on this planet and on other planets. And you will take your place on the Earth Council as it turns into a star. We are building a star here. You are the star builders. We are. The solar disk, which has returned to Earth after many eons of not being here. This heals the physical body. If you feel any physical pain in your body now, bring this template into your heart, and your heart will direct it to the part of your body that needs it. Breathe in the colors. In the fifth dimension, a weed becomes a beautiful flower. A rock becomes a gemstone. A tree, an even larger, more beautiful tree. The human body, which is water-based, is turning into a light body, and the planet itself is turning into a star. This is your transformation now. You have reached the halls of Amenti, and you enter the chamber where your body is being transformed. White light spirals now spinning around you, transforming your consciousness, making you even more unencumbered and free on this planet. Ye shall know yourselves as gods. Earth shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Connecting you now with your angels and your spirit guides. Your intuition's now becoming stronger, and your third eye is opening. All of the veils are dissolving. Your pineal hypothalamus complex is now opening. Your cellular memory is now accessible to you on every level. You are a white flame avatar. That is the term the Ascended Masters use to describe the 144,000 spiritual warriors that are part of the 12 angelic tribes of Israel that are stewarding this planet into the fifth dimension. Each of you is a white flame avatar. Embody that now. Unlimited, free, bringing unlimited prosperity into your lives, lots of clarity, and positivity. Be positive. You might look at all the things on the planet that are going on right now and everything that's going on, all the wars and all the famine. All of that stuff is being purged and brought to the surface to be cleared before this planet turns into a star. This is how it happens. Ascension has happened for millions and millions of years on many, many different planets. This is a normal process that the planet goes through. However, it's difficult because 2/3 of our planet is still asleep, but that's soon changing. Bringing yourself into a higher perspective now of what's happening. White flame avatars are here to give a different perspective of something. Very much like the September 11th event, which was a tragedy/opportunity. Where were you emotionally on that date when that happened? Were you offering a different perspective of it? to others? Were you comforting others in their grief? That was a big trigger for this planet. There are 7 significant events. That was the 3rd event. The next one will involve the downfall of organized religion, which is already happening. You are now taking your place on your throne of light. Visualize yourself entering your throne room and taking your place on the council. You are now a steward and a master of this planet. Each of you is here to self-master. Most of you will be here for over 100 years. You are extending your life by manifesting a light body, transfiguring the physical body. And sitting on your throne now, you're now taking your power back. Anything that has controlled you, any agencies that control you, you're now pulling every bit of energy that has your signature on it back to you and dispelling all fear. And with this, you're catapulted into the future, your consciousness, into the 5th dimensional level. You go through this ring pass not, which is a barrier for consciousness. Only those who have lifted theirs to a certain level can move through it. Project yourself through this image. You have now released all of the density of the 3rd dimension. And the clarity coming into your body right now. There is no more fear. There is no more limitation. You are a child of God, and God wants each and every one of you to have everything you desire on this planet. Greater works than these shall you do. Jesus said this 2,000 years ago. We are here to perform miracles. We're known comically as light workers. We're here to make light. Although it's not always easy. We're here to manifest miracles on the planet, which I believe most of us are doing. We are moving into the diamond consciousness. You're now embodying this diamond and coming back up. You hold all of your power now in your body. You know who you are. You are a white flame avatar master here on the planet to help steward it, to help to build this Earth star. Take a deep breath. Moving back through the slides very slowly, we're going to come back into the room. You should feel a sense of power, a sense of purpose, a sense of destiny, a sense of clarity. Knowing that whatever is happening here on the planet that is a little imbalanced, you are no longer engaging in that polarity process. You have lifted yourself out of it. You are a teacher here. Here to guide the masses, the other 2/3 of the people, into the 7th golden age, which the planet is moving into in 10 years. You have 10 years to clear and upgrade your body, to think positive, to be a guide, to be a master, and to make your own ascension. It is fairly easy. But there are challenges along the way that will test your mastery. Disengage. We don't want any idiot compassion, do we? Ken Wilber says. This is jumping into other people's stuff when you're not needed. Emotional or mental struggles, allowing people to do this themselves, to make their own ascension, to find clarity. Again, you are a guide and a teacher.
You have each given yourself a great gift. It is your intention that is now going to lock in every word that Bryan has spoken. So feel now, deep within your heart, the love that you have for the gift that you are receiving. Your guides are present with you and will continue to open your heart and to expand the energy, information, and vibration that has been delivered to you through this presentation. Become aware now, again, of the golden sun above your head. This is the divine source to which you are directly connected. It is this energy and this love that is being poured in through your crown chakra that is filling every cell in your body. So feel this now as this love grows and expands within you, and feel your heart open. Feel the empowerment from the truth, the words that have been spoken and delivered to you this day. You are all masters, and it is now time for you to feel the energy that goes with this mastership. Love is being poured through your crown chakra. Allow this now to go down to your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, the hypothalamus. Now move this down into your throat, and this is the place of your divine will, where you are directly connected with your truth. So feel the words that have been spoken to you, and know that you are masters and it has been done. And so it is.
So everyone repeat after me my favorite lines of ascension. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the ascension into the light. In this embodiment, without passing through the physical change called death. And so it is. We could have some lights, please, just a couple of them. We can just leave that up there. As you can see, I'm a very non-traditional teacher. I guess you could call me a teacher. I don't know what to call me. I guess just because of the way I look, a lot of people initially didn't take me seriously when I moved to Sedona after my truck incident. And, you know, because I was wearing a baseball cap some of the time and, you know, looked like a little kid. And so I wasn't wearing robes and a turban, and I didn't have a long beard. But we're all individual here. We're very unique. Could we lower the music a little bit too, please? We're all very unique, and we all have a purpose here. Have you found yours? Are you doing your purpose here? Your purpose is something that you're passionate about, whatever it is, building cars, racing cars, building the new temples, making the clothing for the light bodies, sacred geometry, healing, artwork, whatever it is. What could you do 24/7 and never get tired of it? this is part of your mission. So it's important to check in and find out, what is it that I'm supposed to do? I have so many people in private sessions that I do ask me, what is my purpose? And I tell them, and they, in a sense, it's hard for them to capture it because this was lost when they were a child. So you've just brought back a lot of memory through this presentation. You've actually, most of you have accelerated about 7 years in about 15, 20 minutes here. So find out what your passion is. It's very important. I want to talk a little bit about the destiny symbol that I channeled for the conference here. It was very interesting. It's kind of like a sentry or a sentinel. It kind of keeps the peace here. It helps people to integrate more the conference and to remember what they heard here and to reclaim the power that they embodied here. They have them, I believe they have them on sale for $5. I think they mentioned them this morning. It would be wise for some people to check it out, to go see the original, maybe run your hand over it energetically. This is conscious art. I was an artist on 163 other planets, which I'll talk about tonight in my workshop. It's quite a long, again, an interesting, strange, unique story. I still love to eat McDonald's. I actually taught Kiara the other day as we were driving from Crestone to here how to eat a hamburger and drive at the same time. And she did pretty good. You did pretty good. So tonight we're going to do something wonderful. It's called the Golden Key. And what is the Golden Key? It is called the Sacred Geometry of Christ. It is a 72-piece puzzle which represents the Christ grid, which runs from Tahiti through the center of the planet to the Cheops Pyramid. And it is encoded with the entire Akashic record of Earth. It's all sacred geometry. It was totally channeled, and it's incredible. It's an incredible piece of artwork. And it actually activates your whole light body from the bottom up. So if anybody's interested, they can sign up for that tonight. I'm not sure when that's happening. I think it's 7 o'clock. Also, I'd like to talk about the workshop on Monday, which I've had so many questions about everything, so I'm just going to address everything here. The workshop on Monday has been changed, my workshop, because I want to go see David Wynn Miller, because I've heard so much about him. I always get all these junk emails about him, and then my computer won't download anything. So finally I got something on him. I actually went to his website, and I really want to see him. So my workshop is actually at the same time as his, so we've changed my workshop, which is the Dweller on the Threshold, which begins from 9:30 to 12:30, and his begins at 1 o'clock, so I can do everything. So the Dweller on the Threshold will be an incredible transformation for a lot of people here. Most of you have thought forms or emotions that have followed you through many lives and become monsters that are out of control, that are just controlling your life. And these things will be transformed and transmuted in this workshop. I have brought with me the angel of divine presence that will then come in and clear all cellular memory from the time that you sparked off of the God source. The very powerful transformation will happen to everyone who comes. We're doing this on Monday morning again at 9:30. I've had so many questions. I always have a lot of questions. I have 10 minutes, okay. I just returned from Canada. I've traveled all over the world and done a lot of different things, and every time I show up, people said, "That's Bryan?" You know? It's funny, I was setting up in Mount Shasta one time, a couple years ago. I was setting up a marquee out in front of the room where I was presenting. We had fixed the room all up and waiting for people to come, and these three people walked in, and I said hello, and they kind of just walked right by me, just kind of brushed me off. And then it was funny because they went and sat in the front row, and then when I got up to start speaking, they just couldn't believe it. Their mouths were like wide open. They just were like, "Oh my God, this is you." So again, I'm non-traditional. I said earlier that I've been contacted, and I am even at this moment receiving messages, and you're all receiving transmissions right now from the other levels. It's a very powerful time on the planet. It's very important to stay positive, although there's a lot of negativity. This is a big learning ground. That's what Earth is. Earth is a school, basically, where you learn negativity. But this is not home. This is not our home. This is a short trip that we take from home. from the dimension of heaven. So you're on a very short trip, although it seems really long, doesn't it? It's like boot camp here. My God, it's so difficult sometimes. But we're sticking together, and it's very important to all the information that's being shared here is absolutely pivotal for your growth. And discernment comes in a lot of the time for you. Always check and see if something is right for you. I tell everybody, go with your own guidance right now. It's really important because there's so many outer influences right now. Always surround yourself with the white light of the Holy Spirit. Has everybody done that every morning? Huh? Do you do that? What does that do? It's a shield of, angelic shield of protection that basically protects you all day long. Put that around your children in the morning, just by intention. I surround myself with the white light of the Holy Spirit. Oh, that'll have to do. Okay, they did it. I don't know where you people are going. Going through the left door instead of the right door. That's okay too. So everybody take a deep breath. Really clearing. You all received a lot of energy. Going to be a little bit spacey, I would say, for the next couple hours. We're doing a workshop. We're actually continuing this energy into Colorado Springs. We're doing a white flame initiation on Thursday at the Red Lion, if anybody's interested. And we are also doing an incredible course that I have such gratitude for helping to bring through. It's called Masters of the Universe. And we'll be doing that also at the Red Lion next weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. And it helps to change your reference points about everything in your life, about the way you reference pain or depression or detachment, and really helps to give you a big overview of what is happening on the planet right now and how to stay in the positive mode, how to absolutely access all of your guides and angels. Really a lot of clarity coming in for people right now. There's a lot of challenges, but you're moving through them, right? You're moving through the challenges. You're being pushed, I know. Each of you is being pushed just a little bit. And I'm one of those people that's here to push, just push you over the edge. I'm pushing everybody out of the nest so you can fly like the eagles, as high as the eagles. So I want to thank Carol again for inviting me here. The destiny symbol just came through before I got here. I do destiny symbols for people's businesses now. I'm actually doing some for my chiropractor in Ventura, California. He's very interesting. I'm doing spinal adjustment pictures, so when people look at it, their spine will just adjust by looking at the accelerator. But the first one I brought through was missing a vertebra. And he goes, hey, wait a minute. So I had to go back to the drawing board on that one. I'm not a medical illustrator, so I'm learning too. So again, it is important to stay positive, to use the white light of the Holy Spirit, and to know absolutely that all of you are white flame avatars and are here in this life to self-master. You never have to return to a polarity reality again, ever. Isn't that wonderful? The only thing about the fifth dimension is I don't know if there's a McDonald's in the fifth dimension. But I still do like Big Macs. I worked there for 3 years on the breakfast grill. I cooked eggs pretty good. So I'm going to talk about my whole story, and we will take a break now. And you can visit our table back there if you want any information on the other workshops, or also you can sign up for the Global Science workshops out here. And also, one other thing I would like to say, the crystal skull energy is extremely powerful right now. And having a crystal skull, I have about 18 of them at my house now, is very powerful to interface with all of the Akashic record wisdom that is coming through the crystal skulls right now. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny one or a big one. You may want to visit Joe and Mary Lee's table right in the back there. These skulls are so powerful, they will help to upgrade you and update you on what's happening in the ascension. I also recommend, as they were saying in the last presentation, the Voyagers book by Ashiana Dean, or her name was Anna Hayes. And also Contact Has Begun. Those are two very good books. there's a lot of positive things in Voyagers, but there's also a lot of the control frequency stuff that's going on. But you have to realize that the secret government, that the negative forces on this planet, this is a last-ditch effort for control. They have that much energy. We have that much energy here, okay? So I do recommend those books. Philip Kraft, who has his book back there, that was wonderful inspiration for me. So we'll see some of you at the table and hopefully at the workshops. Thank you so much.